Hey, college coaches. This is Coach Anthony Williams, founder and CEO of Connected Athletics. We're a startup company based here in Austin, Texas. We are creating a technology platform to help student athletes better connect and build their brand as they go through the recruiting process. We want to help them connect better with student athletes, other student athletes they're meeting as they go through the recruiting circuit, help them connect better with college coaches as we're going through this very interesting COVID-19 recruiting cycle. But most importantly, we're focused on helping student athletes successfully transition from high school to college and then into a career once football is over with. We've got a very exciting prospect with us today on the podcast. Christian Garza is an old school inside linebacker like myself. He is the class of 21 out of Cibolo, Steele down in the San Antonio area. He's 6 foot, 230 pounds, has a great 3.9 GPA, and already has an SAT score of 1150, so no issue with him being a qualifier. He's a great student and a great athlete. Christian, how you doing this afternoon?
Good, I'm doing good. How are you?
Man, thank you for coming on the show. I'm doing great. I'm looking forward to hearing your story. I've been watching your video. I've watched you play live a couple times over the last couple of years, and I'm looking forward to hearing more about you. Let's just jump right in here. As you know, the first thing college coaches want to know about any prospect is their academics. Tell us about the importance that you put on your academics.
No, academics is definitely one of my my main priorities. My mom's a school teacher. My whole mom's side of my family is principals, teachers, high school through elementary school. So academics growing up was always one of the main things to focus on.
Excellent. And what are some of your favorite subjects that drive that GPA?
I would say I'm very strong in math. Right now I'm in AP Calculus BC, which is the advanced version of AP Calculus, which is quite a class to take right now. So math
Impressive. Are you a math guy? You like numbers?
Yeah, I like numbers. I like statistics and probability and all that good stuff.
Okay. Tell us, take this time to shout out some of your teachers that at Steele High School that maybe have helped you out, teachers or counselors or coaches or APs that help you maintain that high GPA.
Teachers, I say Miss Plant, Miss Cervantes, our principal. We have a great coaching staff at Steele, Coach Science, Coach Butler, Coach Leach. Just the program at Steele and the school of Steele itself, I say one of the best schools in the state. Academically, school spirit, and football. All the coaches are good guys and take care of us and very knowledgeable.
I would have to agree with your statement, Christian. I have been involved in scouting and coaching football for a long time. All the prospects that come out of Steele, great young men, serious about their academics, great character. Coach Tynes and the rest of the staff have done a tremendous job there. I absolutely agree with you on that statement. Hey, tell us, with the great academics you have now, have you and your parents talked about what you might want to major in when you get to college next year?
Yeah, I want to be an engineer, preferably aerospace or mechanical or even petroleum. Something in engineering, that's what I like to do. I like to create, build, and solve problems. So engineering is preferably what I would want to go into.
Yet another thing that you and I have in common, besides playing linebacker, I got my degree in engineering and in my MBA and started as mechanical and then switched over to electrical. I love love technology, and I think you'll enjoy that. It's definitely, I would tell you, it's not an easy major in college, but it can be done. So with you and your intelligence, I expect you to be very successful. Tell us also, have you and your parents sat down to talk about what criteria you will use to help you decide what school you'll commit to in the next 6 to 9 months?
Basically, one of the main things for us is to get the most amount of scholarship money. So full rides and that type of stuff. And then also for a great engineering program that not only gets you the degree, but also sets up your future in a job or occupation, something like that.
Christian, like your parents and your coach have done a great job. I mean, playing football is all about using it to enable yourself to get the best education you can get with zero debt coming out of college. So you definitely have your head on straight and have the right focus there. Tell us a little bit about, college coaches want to understand about their players, your learning style. Tell these coaches, are you more of a verbal, visual, or hands-on learning style?
I say, I wouldn't say I particularly lean on one thing. I say I'm just able to adapt, and whatever they use, and I'm just able to adapt to.
Okay. Is it the same? Is your learning style the same in the classroom and in the football field, or is it different in each environment?
In the classroom or in the football field, I like to draw it up on the board, and then once you draw it up and you run it perfectly, to me that's how you learn the best. Because once you draw it up and you run it on the field, it don't always work perfectly. But once you feel it, your everything, your placement and how the scheme is happening, once you feel that, to me, is the perfect way to understand football.
Okay, I like it. Hey, tell me, a question I always like to ask and coaches like to ask is, whenever your football career is over, when your eligibility is done, what do you want to be doing? What do you want your life to look like? How do you want football to enable you to have a successful life after football?
I just want football to set me up with, zero debt coming out of college, put me in a great environment to pursue my engineering. I just want that to be the main thing coming out of college, just being able to be put in a place where I could get a job straight out of college in engineering.
Okay. Is it your goal to work for a big time company, or do you eventually want to have your own maybe engineering firm or company? What are your long-term goals?
I say just I want to join a large company and then get understanding there and maybe move into or get higher ranked up into the company and then eventually retire and probably pursue real estate or something like that.
Okay, man, I love that you have goals in place already. There's not enough players that have that everything can't be about football. Football, once you come to an end, and you've got a great plan in place. Hey, let's switch over right now. Great job in the academics. Let's talk about you personally now. Tell these coaches about your family. You mentioned your mom and dad. Are you an only child? You the oldest? Tell us a little bit about your family background.
My mom is a school teacher, as I told you before, and my dad is a police officer. And I have a little brother who isn't so little. He just turned 15. He's like 6'1", 270.
Wow.
He's gonna be our stud offensive lineman this year at Steele High School. My grandparents are a big influence in my life. Both sides of my grandparents, they all teach me good things, and yeah, I said that's pretty much my family background.
So it's just you and your younger brother?
Yes, sir.
Tell these coaches about the importance you put on being the best big brother you can be to him, even though he's bigger than you.
Yeah, no, that's definitely a big thing. If I get something right, he gets something right. If I do something wrong, he normally does something wrong. So to me, that's important to not only be the best person I can be for myself, but also for my little brother. Because another one of our things is we like to we're very competitive. So even now I'm telling him, oh, you can't block me. Oh, come zone up to me, see what happens. So I think competition and just setting a good example is very important for me.
Christian, is he going to be a freshman or a sophomore?
He's gonna be a sophomore.
Okay.
He
And
he,
just to shout him out, what's his name?
Alex Garza.
Alex Garza. And he said he's
Alex
6'1",
Garza.
270 already?
Yes, sir.
Oh, wow. Okay. I'll have to keep an eye on
Yeah,
him.
he's a freak.
Hey, go ahead. Go ahead.
500. He squats like 500 for 2 on squat, benches 3 plates. But I still got to let him know that his big brother's still a little bit stronger than him. He got to catch up.
Well, you've got good size at 6', 230. He's got good size. What coaches always want to know, where is the size coming from? Is there another growth spurt in you? Are your parents tall? Your grandparents? Where's that coming from?
Me and my dad we're probably the same height. Me and my little brother, we outgrew our parents. I wouldn't say outgrew, but we're about the same size as my parents. But we've been to the doctors, and the doctor said I still have a few more years of growing. I hit a growth spurt my freshman year, and then I haven't really grown since my freshman year. So we're pretty sure that I'm hopefully gonna get another growth spurt, maybe squeeze out another inch or two.
Okay, awesome. Hey, obviously recruiting takes place in social media right now. Tell these coaches what social media apps you like to use so they can follow to get to learn more about you. Are you a Twitter guy, Instagram, TikTok?
I want to say I'm a big social media guy to begin with. Definitely my Twitter is CJ Garza with 2 A's. Instagram the Christian.Joseph.Garza, but that's where you can reach me at. But to me personally, I'm not really more of a social media guy. I'm more of like a in-person type thing.
Okay. And then what about as far as music, or actually not music, but video games? Are you a video game guy? What do you like to do in your spare time?
Yeah, no, I'm not really a video game guy either. Usually, if I'm not in football, I'm usually studying or working on like dirt bikes or cars or stuff like that, or hanging out with friends or doing some. I don't really like to be inside cooped up on video games. That's not really my thing.
Okay. Are you do you like to hunt, fish? You a fisherman, or be time on the
No,
lake, or no?
no, sir. I'm not really a fisherman guy. I just like to be outside outdoors, that type of stuff.
Okay. And then now I ask you about your music taste. What are some of your favorite music when you like to work out or pregame? Who are some of your favorite artists?
I say I like a lot of sometimes it's a lot of the young rappers, the little babies, all that stuff. Sometimes I go listen to Metallica. Sometimes I listen to Michael Jackson, Elvis Presley. It really
Okay.
just depends on the mood, you know.
Wide variety. I like that. Yeah, I like the guy that represents the old school. Okay. Tell us a little bit about what kind of player you are in pregame. Are you the guy that's getting everybody fired up and slamming your head in the lockers, or are you the guy in the corner quietly going over his responsibilities for the game?
I say personally, like before me personally for the game, I like to think. I like to go over what I'm about to play. I like to think situations out. But once we're the teams together and we're about to go out, run out the tunnel in pregame, I say I'm more that hype guy.
Okay, I like it. All right. Hey, on a light note, tell these coaches what's your all-time favorite football movie?
All-time favorite football movie. I'll probably have to go with The Blind Side.
Okay, you're like the fourth player who said that's a great movie. It's a great choice. I call this my dream scenario question. Let's say you have 4 great years in college and you find yourself in New York City for the NFL draft. Who is sitting at your table with you waiting for the commissioner to call your name?
I say my mother, my dad, my brother, and if we could fit all four of my grandparents, that would be good. But if not, I have to stay with my core family so none of my grandparents would get too upset.
Smart man, I like it. Okay. Hey, tell us, Christian, what are you doing to give back to your community? Are you involved in your church? Are you involved with some nonprofits? What are you doing to give back?
I'm in the National Honor Society, so we do a lot of fundraising events, just a lot of stuff to help with the community. We do like 30 hours of community service every year.
That's awesome. I appreciate you giving that back. All right, let's get to the meat of what Coach want to hear about is the recruiting. Tell us what's been your recruiting experience so far. Who have you heard from? Who do you want to hear from going into your senior year?
Um, I've heard from a lot of different schools. I've talked to like UTSA, other schools like that, but a lot of things is them coming out to see me play and all that. But without a spring, without a coming out and all that stuff, has been hard for me, especially to get a lot of looks.
Yeah, this is definitely not your normal recruiting cycle with no camps, no combines, no on-campus stuff. But the one thing I think that helps you obviously is your academics. You're definitely going to be a qualifier, and I know you're going to have a great start of the season. Make sure you put together a good highlight video and get that out to coaches along with this video. You mentioned the COVID-19. Tell these coaches what you've been doing even in this pandemic to stay in shape for the upcoming season.
No, we've been working out a lot. I said my thing as an athlete, especially as a linebacker, is my getting faster and quicker because my size and my strength, I would say, are there, but really focusing on my cuts, my lateral movement, getting in and out of breaks, able to flip my hips. And I've been working a lot on that, doing a lot of field work.
For the coaches that haven't maybe seen you up close and personal, I'm going to give you a couple of the linebacker skills, and I want you to grade yourself on these different linebacker skills necessary. Let's just go with 0 to 10, 10 being the best. How would you rate your stance?
I say my stance, I'll probably give it a solid 7.
Okay.
Early in
What
the,
about?
no, I say sometimes I'll be good in my stance, and sometimes I have trouble standing up, playing. I wouldn't say playing high, but just in my stance.
Yeah, one thing I've noticed, Christian, and not you, but a lot of other players is, stance is good in the first quarter, pad level is good. They get to that middle third quarter, fourth quarter, they're standing vertically, and as a linebacker, we got to be what we call knee benders so we don't get cut. So that's a very fair assessment. How would you rate your feet? What grade would you give your feet, your footwork?
I was probably an 8.
Okay, and then what about change of direction?
Change of direction. I think I have a good change of direction, so I'll probably go with that. Probably 8.
Okay, what about taking on and getting off of blocks?
Oh, I would say that's a 10 for me.
Okay, yeah, I would agree based on what I've
With
seen.
when I growing up, I played a lot of D line, so I'm very good with my hands. Know how to move people. I'm very strong, upper body, bench 365, 225, 20 times. So I say getting off of blocks is my strong suit. So I would give myself a 10.
Okay. What about leverage? What about pad level? How would you rate your pad level throughout an entire game?
I say an 8 or 9.
Okay, good. And then what about pursuit? Taking the right angles, inside out angles as a linebacker. How would you grade yourself there?
I'll say 7.5.
Okay. And then what about in pass coverage, both man and zone? What grade would you give yourself?
I say man, I'll probably give myself a 6. Zone, I would say I'll probably give myself an 8.
Okay. And then lastly, what about your eyes, being able to see things develop before you go make it happen?
10.
Okay. And then lastly, your mental toughness and mental preparation.
10.
Okay, I like it. Those are very for great. Tell us on that last one. We talked about it earlier, but you give yourself a 10 on the mental preparation and mental toughness. Tell us how you prepare for a game. Are you a big film guy? You like to walk through and spend time with your coaches? What do you do to get ready mentally for games on Friday nights?
I say film. Film is one of
Okay.
my big things. Us and the coaching staff, we're able to break down plays for us, and they give us basically the basics. They tell us the basics of what teams are going to run, and they say it's our job to see the little things, to see stance or if they're peeking their feet. So I say I watch a lot of film, and I'm able to break down the formations and the plays and how people are aligned, scooted up or scooted back. That's film is one of my big things.
That's awesome. That's great to hear. Hey, basic question that coaches will ask you, but I'll ask it. Why do you think your game translates to the college level?
I say especially me being a physical inside linebacker, I say just being able to use my hands. I'm not afraid to engage blocks. I feel a lot of linebackers in high school are just so quicker, bigger, faster, and stronger. They just are able to just run around and avoid blocks. And yes, at the high school level, when you're just you're strong in the offensive lineman, that's able to work. Once you get to a collegiate level where the offensive lineman is 6'5", 320, you're not going to be able to just move around. You have to engage. And I say my hands and engaging with the offensive lineman is very good. So I say that's how I'll be able to transition to a collegiate level.
That is a great response, Christian. I completely agree with that, and I think that is very fair and honest and on point. Coaches also want to understand your relationship with your high school coaching staff. You mentioned them earlier, but tell these coaches your relationship about with your position coach and your head coach there at Steele.
Oh, I said we have a great relationship. I love those guys. I say sometimes they're my coaches during football and all that, but then off the field or in the classroom, they're like my friends. You know, text them almost every day, just have good conversations. If I ever need something, I'm feeling down, I could text them and they're there for me, and I'm always there for them, joking them. I know sometimes in the football season it can get tense, but we're always just happy and just able to joke around no matter the scenario and just have a good relationship.
That sounds awesome. That's great. Hey, tell us a little bit about, there's a lot of linebackers, good linebackers in your class. Tell these coaches what differentiates you from those other linebackers in your class that you're competing against.
I say my ability to understand offenses. And I think a lot of linebackers, especially in my area, they see a ball and they just chase the ball, but they don't understand. I say they don't understand the concepts like I do, and I don't think they're as physical as I am. I think there are a lot of, go for the legs or kind of drag them down. But me, I'll understand concepts. I see blocks where they come from. I'm able to engage, get off, and finish the tackle, not just bring them down.
Okay, that's a great answer. Another thing coaches want to know about is dealing with adversity. Tell these coaches about a time in your life, either personally or dealing with football, where you had to overcome some type of adversity.
Yeah, I say adversity is a big factor. Earlier in the spring, I had tweaked my hamstring, and that was it was when we were lifting, and that was something I had to overcome with adversity, because at first we thought it was we thought it was a major injury, and that was something that was very hard for me to comprehend right before spring and all that, but it turned out not being something so serious, and that was a time where I felt down and I was very sad, and but once we started figuring out and working it out, that was a time where I thought everything that I worked for could be over, and then it ended up being okay because we were able to overcome that.
Oh, that's good. That's a great example. Hey, tell us, what age did you start playing football, and when did you fall in love with playing football?
Shoot, I was probably around 7 years old. We played a lot with the little league, all the competitive teams, and I'd say probably when I was around 10 years old is when I really just loved to play football.
A question I always like to ask athletes like yourself is, when was that moment when you said, "Oh yeah, I can play this game at the next level, at the college level"? What was there, a game or a play that you said, "Oh yeah, I'm pretty good"?
I say going through middle school and even my freshman and sophomore years, I was always one of the best players on the team. But my first game ever playing middle linebacker was this year, my junior season, the first game of the season. We played O'Connor, and they had a stud offensive lineman, Logan Parr.
Yep.
And that game it was a very good game. They're a very good team. And that game I had 21 tackles, almost broke a school
Wow.
record, and just dominating everybody. I ended up getting like some player of the game hat, and that was my first ever game playing middle linebacker. Dropped 21 tackles, almost broke a school record, and just dominated everybody.
Yeah, that's good, man. I'm sure that moment was like, yeah, I'm definitely going to play this game today. So that's awesome. Hey, take this time to shout out some of your teammates. You guys are always loaded with talent there at Steele. Take this time to tell these coaches who else on your team that they should be recruiting that should maybe flying below the radar.
I say Wyatt Beagle's a guy that's up there, but he's on a lot of people's radar.
Right.
I say Caleb Lewis, the defensive end. He's a stud. My little brother, Alex Garza, incoming sophomore, definitely a stud. Cruz Unts, stud. Jaden Bailey, our running back, sophomore, he's a stud. And Davion Hook is going to be a junior.
Okay, great job. I appreciate you shouting them out. Hey, tell us a little bit about, when you first started playing and you got into the game. Tell us about your coachability. What kind of coaching style do you prefer? Do you mind a coach getting in your face and challenging you, or do you prefer a coach kind of just talking to you in normal voice and telling you what you need to do right and then going out and doing it? Which do you prefer?
I like a coach that'll get after me. I
Okay.
think everybody needs that attitude. If a coach can't get after you, then what's gonna happen in the game? So I like a coach that's gonna get after me. If I mess up, that's gonna rip me for messing up and expect me to be the best.
Okay. Christian, you're a really good athlete with good size. What other sports have you played during your time at Steele?
Wrestling. I'm a big wrestler. I started my freshman year, and then into my sophomore year, then my junior year. So I say I'm a pretty good wrestler, and I also throw shot put.
Okay. People who know this about me being from California, where wrestling was also, like a UIL sport, but I've never met a football player who also wrestled who wasn't a good football player. Something about wrestling and football, you'll never meet a guy that said, yeah, I wrestled to play football, but I wasn't very good at football. Wrestlers understand leverage and size and angles, and they always make great football players. That's another piece of the puzzle of why you play so well at the linebacker position. That definitely makes sense. Christian,
Yes,
tell
sir.
us real quick, how do you define leadership and how do you plan on leading going into your senior year?
I'd say leadership is definitely a guy who could control a game, control a team, who could control the mood of the team and how the team's feeling before a game. And I say definitely this year that's gonna be a big thing because last year it was Jalen Jones, the 5-star, was one of the main guys on defense, and I would say I was right up there with him. And this year I feel like it's gonna be a lot on me. So just being able to keep my guys calm, keep them confident, and just level-headed.
Okay, I love that response. Hey, as we finish up here, coaches want to always understand the competitive spirit of a player. Tell these coaches an overview of just how competitive you are as a player.
Oh, I'm super competitive. I want every reset to be perfect, every no false steps. In the weight room, I want to be the strongest bench, squat, incline, power clean. I want to have the fastest 40 of the linebackers, fastest pro agility of the linebackers. I'm just super competitive. I want to win everything, and just competitive drives me to get better.
Okay, I like that. And obviously, we know that nobody who's played football has ever gone undefeated. You're going to lose a game. With your competitive nature, tell these coaches how you handle loss and how you use that to motivate you for the following week.
I'd say losing games is something that everybody goes through and you have to understand. But I think a big thing is film study, is watching that film study and understanding what you did wrong and how if I did this, I could have won this game. I think that's important. And two, just that anger. Next time we see that team, it's wraps. Just that anger. I say that drives me too a lot. I have a fuel burning in me that, you want to beat me or you want to step on the field and challenge me, that you're going to get all of it. And I say, just losing and that anger that comes with it, I say that's something that motivates me a lot.
Yeah, I like it. Hey, as we finish up here, and I appreciate your time, we talked about the elevator pitch earlier. As we close up here, tell these coaches in 30 seconds or so your elevator pitch. Why should they recruit you, and what are you going to bring to their program?
I say my ability to understand concepts and understand. I could go through a lot of defenses very quickly in a short amount of time. My physicality, I'm able to get off of blocks. I'm nasty. I want to stop the run. I want to just make everybody feel my will and just dominate everything. And I say I'm a good leader, just being able to overtake a game, and I could control a team and control the energy of the team and all that.
And Christian, I'm telling you, man, your energy, your confidence comes across in interviews. Man, I know that you're going to be a hit when coaches watch this interview and couple it with watching your video. Your video is impressive. You're an impressive young man. Kudos to your parents, your grandparents, and all those who had a role in raising you. I will definitely see you at the Steele Jetson game. I'm always marked that one on my calendar. You played
Yes,
great in
sir.
that game last year, and I know you'll play even better this year. If you have any questions or you need anything, don't hesitate to reach out to me, okay? Be safe, and we'll see you on the sideline soon, okay?
Yes, sir. I'll see you there.
All right, man. Have a great day.
You too.